Jesus calls us friends because he has made known to us everything that he has learned from the Father. In other words, Jesus calls us friends because he has revealed the Father or the mysteries of heaven fully to us without leaving out anything. Through Jesus, we have known who the Father is. But there is a response to that revelation that is expected of us, to whom the revelation has been made. And that which is expected of us is to obey the commandment. He says, "You are my friends if you obey my commandment. And this I command you, to love one another." And all the other commandments are summed up in this one commandment of love. We are no longer strangers before Jesus because through him we have come face to face with the Father. But also, if we want to still claim friendship with him, there is this other part that we need to do, to obey the commandment, to love. And how do we love? How should we love for us to be friends or to continue to be friends with Jesus? In today's gospel, Jesus is talking about the virtue, let us call it a virtue, the virtue of sacrifice. He says, there's no greater love than love than this, that a man lays down his life for his friends. That should be the only way to love truly, to love authentically. That you should be ready to offer your life for another person, for others, to sacrifice something about yourself so that another person can and should live. And once we are able to do that, then we have loved authentically. And this is what Jesus himself did, that he sacrificed his own life in order to show us how we ought to love. I don't know whether this is true or not, but there is a saying, or I don't know whether it is scientific or biologically true, whatever, about a chameleon. You know what a chameleon is. They say that a chameleon, when it is about to give birth, it goes up to the last branch of a tree. It climbs very tall or high tree, tall tree, up to the very, and then it lets go. And then it drops to the ground. And when that happens, the stomach, it bursts open so that the young one can be born. Is this true? Whether it is true or not, but I think there's a point that this tries to communicate. I've never seen a chameleon, to begin with, I've never seen a pregnant chameleon. So, yeah. But anyway, that is not the point. The point is in the meaning that lies beyond this particular understanding, that a chameleon is going to drop itself down in order to give birth to a young one. That it allows itself to die so that the young one can live. And this is the imagery that carries what Jesus did also, that he allowed himself to die so that you and I can live. And this is the most authentic way of showing love, that we too should die to ourselves so that we can allow other people to live. It is difficult to express love in that manner, but this is the command that you and I have received. And Jesus says, if you follow this command, if you do this, then you are indeed my friends. Do we still want to be friends with Jesus? The answer, I suppose, is still yes. But is it just yes by saying yes? That yes has to be demonstrated in the way we approach the affairs of other people, in the way we accommodate others in our lives, or in the way we treat other people, in short. And the way we treat other people is going to determine whether we mean that yes, or it is just a yes by word of mouth. Amen.